right, we're going to keep things a-moving and a-shaking. Next up on stage is Onur and Marko from the Interchain Foundation. Come on up, Onur and Marko.
First of all, thanks, Dean, for your 20-minute presentation. So we have around 2 minutes to talk about this.
The whole thing.
Yeah, I know what you guys are thinking. Why two of us? Like, what are they trying to tell us? Well, today we're introducing the Interchain Builders Program. And it's going to be such a monumental piece of the Cosmos ecosystem that it just requires two of us. Cool. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to do a quick round of intros and then talk about why we've designed the Builders Program and how we designed it. We're going to talk a little bit how it works, what people can expect, and also give some sort of outlook of what's coming in the next couple of weeks and months. Good morning, everyone. So I'm Onur, and I'm a data scientist by training, turned Web2 founder, turned proof-of-work miner, and have been with Interchain for a year now, working on grants, funding, and ecosystem. A fun fact is I'm also, for some reason, the face of the Polkadot Substrate Builders Program. I don't know how that happened, but speaking of faces, a more familiar face is Marko, who I'll let introduce himself, GM-nomic.
So yeah, I'm Marko. I've been with Cosmos for the past 3 years, and I work on a plethora of things from Tendermint all the way up to the Cosmos SDK. I've mainly focused on DevRels, and you've probably seen me in some chats helping answer some questions.
Cool. So why did we design the Interchain Builders Program? Launching a venture, being a founder, is hard. And, you know, having gone through this a couple times in Web2, but also in crypto, you're excited, you have an idea, you want to start on the project, you're drafting your vision, you want to get going, you want to execute, you want to build something, start hiring the first people, form the team. And quickly you realize along the way that there are a lot of issues. And one of the main issues we're attempting to solve with the Builders Program is to help founders and teams navigate through the sheer complexity of this landscape, and also help them navigate through the Cosmos ecosystem. Just to give you one example, there are certain decisions you have to make in the beginning. For example, where do you want to incorporate? What jurisdiction are you looking into? How do you want to incorporate? Is it going to be one entity? Is it going to be multiple entities? Do you want to raise funds? If so, how do you want to raise funds? Are you going to raise on equity, or are you going to raise on a SAFT? Are you going to raise on a convertible? What implications do all these decisions have? And unfortunately, there are some decisions you can't undo, and they might have huge implications with regards to legal risks or taxation. And we want to help teams and basically use our experience of building chains and products in the past and help them point them to the right direction and at least offer them kind of a wide set of options. And also, you know, before Genesis, there's a lot of legal uncertainty, and you know, we just want to help founders and teams to deal with their anxiety before launching these chains. The second reason why we've designed the Builders Program is twofold. So it's about incentive alignment, and this goes two ways. The first perspective is, as a core contributor, you're in this constant state of FOMO because everyone left and right is doing very well while you work at the heart of the technology and, you know, helping to build these ecosystems. And we just realized that we need a program that gives those core contributors exposure to other protocols. This is kind of one side of why we've designed this. And on the other hand, for teams, a lot of thought goes into distribution. And if you look at how distribution happens today, you know, there might be an airdrop, there might be a retroactive airdrop, and there might be liquidity mining programs or similar. But one peer group that's often forgotten are the core contributors within that work on the heart of the technology. And so we want to basically also offer the teams not only, support, technical, legal, operational, but we also want to give them a channel directly to the core contributors and basically create incentive alignment between teams that are launching new chains and also core contributors that work on the tech. So how does this roughly look like? Just to summarize, so the two things we're trying to solve here. Number one, we're trying to help new teams onboard the ecosystem and the landscape. And the second thing is we want to create better incentive alignments between core contributors and new teams. OK, so how are we going to do that? So from idea to mainnet and beyond, there are a couple different stages. And this might not be the most accurate order. But generally, we definitely will provide support when it comes to incorporation, legal, team token allocation, audits in the beginning, fundraising. For fundraising, for example, we also will help teams to tap into the network that Interchain has as we see fit. We can point them to investors in the space. Marko in a bit will also talk a little bit about the tech part of this, because working on Tendermint Core and the SDK and so on, there's also the opportunity to help prioritize the roadmap and work on certain technologies that teams have a need for. Another thing, as you bootstrap new chains is you have to basically bootstrap a validator set, have certain partners in the space that you launch with. This might be for liquidity, this might be for infrastructure or other reasons. And this is another area where we want to provide support for. Marketing and go-to-market is definitely another area. But also, beyond launch, there's a lot of experience we have from community building to governance and so on and so forth. Now I'm going to hand over to Marko, who's going to talk a little bit about the tech part, GMnomic.
So, as Onur already mentioned, through this map, through all of you guys who have been building in the Cosmos ecosystem or will be building in the Cosmos ecosystem, we want you guys to build. We don't want you guys to worry about the infrastructure, worry about the legal, worry about the marketing. That is where we want to help you. At the end of the day, most people here just want to build and have fun in what they're doing. So what's our secret sauce? Well, first of all, we have prior experience in launching chains. The ICF, Tendermint, and Interchain helped shepherd the launch of the Cosmos Hub. On top of that, we've gone through the legal structure of talking with lawyers with different jurisdictions on what's the best structure, how to set up for launching in this day and age. The Cosmos Hub really launched at the most uncertain time in the cryptosphere. Everyone was kind of doing different designs in their legal structures, but right now it's a lot more clear. But being a new founder, it's definitely hard to figure out what this secret sauce is. And of course, part of the next one is direct communication with core contributors. So we are shepherds of some of the products within the Cosmos ecosystem. And we want to hear the needs of the users, what is needed from many protocols, what is needed for the next version of the protocols. And we want to work on getting that into the core software stack. And like Onur touched on, we want incentive alignment beyond investors. Like Sam Hart touched on recently, we want to be your friends. We don't want to be an angel investor. We want to be your friends, and we want to be on the ground working closely with you guys. And at the end of the day, we just want to have fun. So on the technical perspective, like I touched on, we want to be shepherds of various features in the Cosmos ecosystem. So we want to hear your needs. We want to understand what is missing in the Cosmos stack and how we can bring it to you guys. We will be coordinating with core teams, or we'll be doing implementations ourselves in the core stacks to help advance the Cosmos stack and help people build better and better chains. And of course, we want to ship the wanted features. So some of the features that we're thinking of is ABCI++. You may have seen this throughout yesterday and throughout today that a lot of teams are looking forward to ABCI++. This is an immense feature. It's a rewrite of how ABCI and how the SDK and Tendermint communicate, and this will enable tons of new users and tons of new features. And the next thing we're kind of thinking about, this has been coming up more and more, and it touches on the presentation that Josh Lee did yesterday on IBC UX. We want to bring light clients to the browser. This just means that users can experience a full decentralized vision of blockchain. They don't have to trust an infrastructure company to provide them nodes to be able to communicate with chains. So what can you expect in the next couple weeks, months from the Builders program? Well, we want to announce, you'll see an official announcement coming, and of course, we're going to be announcing the first cohort of builders. So the first cohort of builders was really chosen around teams that may be established, are about to be established, or are starting out. And this is mainly to figure out our processes and get everything nailed down. So when we do go to these new teams who are starting from scratch, we have everything down to a key, and we basically have built a playbook for everyone how to launch to go from genesis of their idea to genesis of their mainnet. And at the end of the day, we're going to be shipping ABCI++ and a few other features in the Cosmos stack to help these new features and these new chains deliver on what they want. So of course, like almost everyone in this conference, we're hiring. We're basically hiring across the board. If you have an idea of like what you want to work on and it's not listed, please reach out anyways. If you're an engineer, we'd love to work with you. There's multiple job openings everywhere. And if you want to talk more about the Builders program, please get in touch with us directly. So you can get in touch with me at Marko at Interchain.io and Onur at Interchain.io. And at the end of the day, we're all going to make it.